Hi everyone, it's me again, it's Richard Struck, Irresistible Dick. We're talking about putting paint on Nishijin pachinko machines. This is a real beater that I have, and it's kind of my experimental thing. I started a video a little while back about using paint markers, or paint sticks they're called, to put engraved to fill in engraved parts of pachinko machines. They're used extensively on bowling balls. So this was my experiment to do it, and I learned a lot in doing it, and I just want to share it. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Basically, that this stuff is it's kind of like a waxy crayon, and if you rub it hard enough, I would suggest, like, if you do use these paint sticks, I'll bring them out over here. There's a company called Markal, and these are the reason I wanted to use these was because the fluorescent colors, they work really well under ultraviolet light, and I was hoping to decorate some of these machines with some lights that will show up under black light. So that was part of the idea here. It didn't seem like this dark blue color that I used for these two features on this machine would glow under the black light, but I did bring the black light over here, and it worked out pretty well. So my observations with these is that, first of all, it takes the paint a long time to get to set and really get kind of hard. It's kind of a soft, waxy, greasy application. You squish it into the grooves and then wipe it clean. Don't use a terry cloth, because I found that out the hard way. Something nice and smooth like this, just a regular handkerchief, works pretty well. And if it's not a very deep engraving, you'd want to kind of let it set up overnight, I would think, and then buff it, kind of buff it real lightly with a cloth. It'll still come off. And actually, even though this one was done a couple weeks ago, I just filled in a couple of spots that I missed on it, and that I can still pry that waxy paint out of the grooves if I'm not careful. So I don't think it's a real durable, super duper, if you're going to have a machine that's in a high traffic situation, or not adult used or something, that this might not be a great choice for this. But for my situation, I just have a couple of machines in my basement, messing around with myself and my friends. It's okay, I think. The other thing is that because these ashtrays tend to get a lot of use and have a lot of wear and tear and cigarette burns or marks or dings in them, that paint is going to find every tiny little ding, and so you'll have to come later on, and anything that's dinged up, I'll zoom in on this after I get done talking, but basically you'll see there's a couple little dots of blue in there that I'm going to have to clean up later on. So, but overall, I think I'm okay with this, and as long as you don't treat it too harshly, it's going to be all right. Anything else I wanted to add on this? I don't think so. So I'll just zoom in on these and show you what I did, and we'll call it a video. So there it is. The end looks a little bit slimy, because that's the part that had a little bit of white showing on it, and so I just touched that up, and a little bit on the end also. But you can see how it turned out, in the fact that tiny little dots here and there, those are all from cigarette dings. So I'll have to come up and clean those up later on, but I think it turned out pretty good. And just for fun, because this is my beater machine, this was a pretty deep little end that's engraved there. I know it's kind of weird to have the blue on blue, but when I put it under the black light, the end part, the part that I just filled in with the paint, glowed pretty well, and the rest of the machine didn't. So in my opinion, that's kind of a win. But this is just an experiment, and I just did this a couple minutes ago. So I hope that's helpful, and interested to hear your experiences with if you try to use this stuff in the comments. And give me a like if you like this. And thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.